Alright guys, I'm back. Got another little project I picked up. Appears to be a 2005 Honda Rancher 350. It's just a two-wheel drive bike. And I really was under the impression that it was four-wheel drive when I went to get it, but that was my fault because I actually had already picked up some bikes from this customer. And I knew that it was two-wheel drive, but I just forgot. So I picked up that brute force from the guy, and I also picked up that AutoCat. I already got it running, did not get a video of it. That one needs a lot of work. But I got that AutoCat running with no problems. And this was from an estate sale. And supposedly they ran a while back. The AutoCat just needed very little carburetor work. And it's running with the gas that's been in it for a year, so pretty confident in this bike. Got it pretty cheap, so figure why not. Honda 4City. I think this Honda 4City. So it's rough shape, but actually not bad shape, you know, as far as like a mud bike, clean engine, you know, stuff's not broken everywhere. Everything seems to work. You know, I've already taken the hand grips off. They were so sticky, they got me nasty, but this brake works, that brake works, and the foot brake works, which is pretty cool. So, I don't know, man. I'll try to record as much as I can, getting it running. This one seems like it'll be a little more of a project than the AutoCat. A little bit of rust on the frame, some mud under there, but that's just normal from being on like country land, you know. There's some mud in there, but that's not mud like I'm referring to. ATV park mud that just stains everything. That's just around the house mud. That's from the grips. Them things were super sticky and nasty. Dash is faded out real bad. We couldn't get it to roll forward. I believe the electric shift is stuck or something. He believed they parked it just in gear, so we couldn't get it to roll. We had to roll it backwards. Under the seat, look at that. Yeah, there's a spider in there somewhere. Throttle's not locked up on the carburetor. The side piece is missing. Somebody's been messing with it. Let's take a look in the air box. Wow. So there's the air filter with a plastic cup stuff behind it. That's cute. The filter's a little brittle. It's breaking up. So if your filter is brittle like that, see on that filter on the screen, it could actually suck some of the filter through and through the carburetor when your filter is brittle like that. I'm going to go ahead and throw this cup back in there because it had something going on. Alright. I don't know, man. It should be a fun little project. I don't think it'll take too much. The fuel was left on. Little storage compartment with some rusty tools in there. The key switch was cut. I actually found the key here. I think I'm just gonna I just solder those wires back on and run to the dealership and had them just make me a key for like $7 instead of a new switch. Cause they can get me a key if I bring the ignition down there. So I'll just do that. Yeah. 2005 Rancher 350. All right, so I'm gonna get my jump box on it. I'll probably go ahead and hit it with the pressure washer first. I don't know. I like to clean my bikes first. I'm real OCD about cleaning stuff before I work on it, especially that area. I'm gonna have to pull the carburetor out, but I gotta get old boy them out of there. I don't want to get bit by nothing. Well, all right, man. Catch you back here in a minute. Got it cleaned out a little bit. I decided not to pressure wash it right now. I'm just took my vacuum, just clean me out of the area. I don't want to get everything soaking wet right now. I'm gonna check the oil first of all. Man, it's got a whole lot of oil in it. It's running high. It's like right here on the stick. That's not even screwed in. Yeah, that oil is pretty thin. I think it's got a lot of fuel in it. I'm going to get some of that out of there. It's super thin. That's thin. But that's kind of what happens when people leave the fuel on. As you see here, the fuel was already on. Actually, it was on the on position. I've already turned it to the reserve. But when you leave the fuel on like that over time, it leaks down through the carburetors and through the cylinders and stuff, and it'll get into the oil. And then once it gets into your oil, the next problem you're gonna have is it's gonna come out the crankcase breather. Once you get too much oil in your crankcase, it's gonna start coming out of the breather, which is gonna push it over into the air box. Then your air box is gonna be full of oil when you open it up. It'll be full at the bottom, or not, maybe not full, but you have oil in your air box because you're getting too much oil in your crankcase and it's coming out of the crankcase breather. So like I said, right now it has way too much oil in it, so I may have a problem when I fire it up. Plus the oil is real thin, but I won't change it until I get to hear the bike bust off. All right, so I got this fuel line pulled off. I'm about to just check the fuel, but I've noticed there's a check valve on this thing. I thought it was a fuel filter, but it's actually like a check valve that goes on a fuel tank. I don't know what the deal is with that. There's no gas coming through it, so there's fuel in the bike. There's nothing coming out though. That's weird. I've never seen nobody put nothing like that on there, but maybe I just need to fill it up. I'm gonna put some more gas in there real quick. See what happens. All right, I put some more fuel in it. It's coming out a little bit. Not much, but got the wires crossed over here at the ignition for now with my jump box on. I just want to see what it's gonna do. Oh, crank's over. Damn, I forgot to put the oil stick again. Oh shit. Wow. Huh. That fired right up. Try to choke a little bit. Seems like the choke's stuck. I can't believe that. Little harmless, huh? Alright, well, I mean, it fired up. I ain't done nothing to it. Did not expect that. I mean, it's a good sign, though. Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, that just means I might have to just do very minimal carburetor work, which will be awesome. So I'm kind of stoked about that, man. It's gonna be a little easy project. Hell, I might even just buy an ignition, splurge a little bit. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. So, and my jump box not even on. So that means the battery's charging. Jump box wasn't even on, y'all. Heck yeah. Alright, man, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So I'm gonna let this thing charge up for a little while. I'm gonna probably run to the dealership, get a key, air filter, and what I'm probably gonna end up doing is swapping these wheels out. I'm probably take these wheels right here and put them on the Rancher because they don't really fit the brute force. They're Honda wheels anyway. So I'll probably put those over there on the Rancher. So we'll take a little break from this. Key switch, air filter, some grips. Go get me a set of grips for this. And I may even try to heat treat the plastics a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a quick little turnaround on this project and do something about that seat. I'll get back with y'all in a little while. All right, I decided to go ahead and spend a few dollars on a couple parts. I got some new grips for it. The ones when they were super sticky. They cut me a key for the switch. Got a new air filter. Didn't want to get it, but this was still good, so just went ahead and spent a few dollars on the filter. These grips was only 12 bucks. I'm sure they're gonna get super dirty pretty quick, but I wanted red instead of black. They cut me a key. It's like $7.99 for a new key, so that's not bad. They give you a little keychain to go with it. So get out there. I'm gonna pull that carburetor off before I put this stuff on, so we'll take care of that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the carburetor. But to remove this air box, there's a bolt down here. There's only one bolt. Well, there's actually two. You have to get it from the what I'll call the passenger side. It's a 10 millimeter, or you can come straight from the rear end and get in there and get it out of there. And to be able to pull the air box out, then you want to get the factory snorkel loose. Damn, there's water in there. Oh shit. Yeah, that's from me pressure washing it. I've never had one with that little boot on it. Not sure what that boot's for. It's got water in it though. I mean, normally the factory snorkel would just be a plastic piece that comes right here with a little sleeve on it that you can pull on and off, but I've never seen that style. Yeah, there's a little water in the air box, but that's from me pressure washing it though, so not a big deal. Got that loose. Just wanna pull it upwards. You wanna get that, pull the crankcase vent out of there, vent line. Then the box comes straight up. Now we got the box out. Set that to the side. Now you want to come over to the passenger side to loosen up the carburetor with a Phillips. Seems like it was already kind of loose. Back that up. Let's be able to get the carburetor out of there. That boot's a little stiff. And just pry it on a little bit. You don't want to get too aggressive, especially if that boot could split the way I just pulled it off of there. And to get this choke cable out, I'd use the 9/16. I think a 13 millimeter may work, but a 9/16 to get this choke cable out. Now I've got it thread out, and as I suspected, it's stuck in there. It's not going to pull out, so I'll probably just spray a little lubricant in there, let it sit for a couple seconds, Put a little penetrating oil down in there, and then hopefully it'll pull out of there. This is the oil I'm using, a little multi-purpose blaster. I lost my nozzle, but I spray a couple shots in there, let it sit for a couple seconds. I'll try to work it out of there. All right, it wasn't too bad. I jumped ahead a little bit, but yeah, I just sprayed a little bit of lube down in there, threaded it back in, and then just worked the choke up here on the lever back and forth easily. Just pushed it up and down, up and down, up and down until I felt the brake loose. But you can see a little bit of rust down in there. So it'll be all right. I'll take a little Q-tip, clean it out a little bit. But now I'm gonna bust this carburetor open. I'm kind of glad that it's actually leaking a little bit out of the overflow, which tell me that the carb ain't just like too dried up, you know. So that's like a good sign for me. So it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe I could just get in there, clean the jets out a little bit, and be good to go. Just had a customer drop those off while I was working on this. But all right, I'm gonna bust the bowl off of here and see what it's looking like. Yeah, see it's squirting. All right, now if you look at this carburetor, that's what I was saying about it having some fresh gas in it. I mean, I pulled the bowl off and this thing don't look bad at all. That's why I was almost tempted to just put some fresh fuel in it and just send it. But, you know, I figured it wouldn't hurt because the other bike I got needed a little carburetor work. But that bowl, I mean, that's just very little build up in there. Those corners look a little rough. Well, I mean, they're not rough though. So I just wipe that out with my finger. So I don't think it'll take much. I'll just run a little needle through those jets real quick, and I'm gonna throw it back on, clean the choke, see if the primer works. It's leaking a little bit, which is normal. But man, I feel good about this. So I'll film as much as I can. I'm not using my GoPro, I'm just using my phone. So I actually got a little time today, but man, I'm just gonna run some wire through those. I'm not even gonna pull them out. Run some wire through those, clean this bowl out, and we're gonna be ready. So that's about all I needed to do to it. The little spots that's in there, that's kind of permanent. The bowl is just stained already, but there's nothing in there that's gonna clog up the jets, I don't think. As long as I put a good fuel filter on there, we should be good, man. I'm pretty confident in this carburetor. Doesn't look bad. So I'll put it back together and catch back with you. All right, I got the carburetor back on. Well, it's not back on. I got the carburetor put together. Choke cable and everything back installed. I'm gonna try to muscle this thing in here with one hand. Alright, I think that's it. Boy, them carburetors be having a tight fit, son. Got it back on there. Get back in here with my Phillips. Tighten the boot back up. I'll step the air box in there. It's gonna be the same. Just reverse the process of pulling it out. I think this needs to be rotated. There's usually a notch on it, but looks like it's like that. Yeah, I forgot I don't have a clamp for that. Run that crankcase breather back through there. Then once you get it ran into the box, it connects back into this little filter here. Get back on there. Alright. New air filter ready. got that set up wrong. Looks a lot better. And then your breather usually pukes oil into your air filter. If it ever overfills with oil out of that crankcase breather, it's gonna shoot right into your air box, so your air filter. So that's why you want to check that oil a lot, and mainly turn your fuel off when you're not riding your bike, because that's one of the ways it will overflow. And then you got your factory snorkel going back in like so. Just sits there. I'll probably check that line, make sure it's not clogged up. Get up on there, put the bottom bolt in the bottom of the air box, and then we'll start working on this fuel line. I forgot to get a fuel filter, but I'm gonna pop that off of there. See if I gotta use one. So I've jumped ahead a little bit. I decided to go ahead and pull the tank. I was just kind of worried about it having bad gas in it. And sure enough, it's full of it. So the green, I used some, just some 2-cycle oil of gas I had when I first started messing with it, just to see if the petcock would actually flow gas through it. So that's 2-cycle, but there's a bunch of water and stuff that's in it. So I'm gonna replace this fuel line. I actually found a brand new fuel filter. It's a little small one, but I had to use a smaller fuel line. So a red fuel line, a little baby fuel filter, but it should work. I mean, it's a little cheap filter, but it'll get the job done. So throw this tank back on. I got all the gas out of it. Throw this back on, fill it back up, and then we'll start back working on getting it running. All right, so if you needed to pull your tank off, I'm just gonna jump off subject real quick, but to remove that tank, there's just 2 10mm bolts up front, right up under the handlebars. To get to the right side, you have to turn the handlebars that way, and then the left side, vice versa. And then you have these 2 straps to hold the front up here, like so. And there's another one for the other side. Alright, so I got most of it put back together, got some fuel in it now. Got the fuel line on here, fuel filter. And normally what I do first, before I just let it run through there, I'll turn the fuel line on and just let a little bit run out, just so that whatever trash is in that line right there will come out. And it still looks like there's a little water in there. Looks a little watery. But turn on just a little bit, let that come out. And I'm doing it with one hand, so it's going on the ground, but it don't look like the fuel shuts all the way off either. The fuel switch is still dripping. Yeah, you gotta have it just right, but look like the petcock seal needs to be replaced, or the petcock itself. It's not permanently shutting off, but looks like we got clean gas. I'll get the fuel lines hooked back up, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to bust it off. All right, fuel on. It's reserved. I don't have it full, but hit that primer a couple times. Don't really feel like it's priming. It could be though. There is fuel in the filter. Looks a little dirty already. Okay, let me move my bear. Damn, also I gotta hook up the key. I forgot about that. Can't fire it up without the key switch. Let me hook the key switch back up. To run it back through here and through the frame. So yeah, let me get this hooked back up. That way we can start the bike up. So that key switch comes through the plastics and hooks up right here in the front. Fairly easy to get to, right in front of the oil cooler. Most of your connectors are running right here, but I don't think I got it running the same way it was when I pulled it out, but whatever. And then get it lined up with this notch up here. Press it in. check this choke. Choke's working. When I put it back in, I actually lubricated it a little bit. So I hope it's working. But the cable looks like it's broke right here. So it's working, but I might have to do something about that. Because if you push it in, it's actually not all the way choke off. I have to push the cable up and then push the choke down with my hand. So now choke's off. Alright, man, jump box on. Key on. She's hot. Should I choke it? Choke on. Oh. That's fired right up. Well, it was ticking, then a tick stopped. Oh, let's see. Look at that choke. Oh. It's running. I didn't give it no gas, no nothing. I just hit the start button. Choke. Probably would have started without the choke. Just let it run for a second. I'm not even gonna touch anything. Yeah, I might turn the iron up just a little. Very little ticking. A little bit of smoke. But that oil needs to be changed. Looks like it's had some moisture in that exhaust. Dang, man, I'm proud of that one. And it don't look like top end smoke. It almost looks like dust. Disappears immediately. But heck yeah. Let's see if the lights work. There you go. Alright, so I got it all buttoned up, so now the true test, I guess, just to see if it's gonna move. It just cut out on me, but it ran out of gas. So I had to put it back on reserve. I didn't want to fill it up with fuel, but with it being an E-shift, it does have the hidden foot shift down there, so that's pretty cool. It has the hidden foot shifter down there. But, and I've got that screen to where you can kind of see it a little better after pressure washing it and some other weird stuff. Oh, that's first. Fucking. guess reverse, you have to push this in, pull it back. That sucks. Back to neutral. First, have to turn the idle down just a little bit. Ooh, bucky, boy, I hate the shocks on these things. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I mean, it does shift. I wish I could see what that code is that's flashing. There's definitely something flashing on it. Seems to be doing fine though. I'm gonna move those bikes out of the way. And I'm gonna take it around the corner real quick. Alright, we off. It'll be hard to do this with one hand, but we'll make it work. Now damn, we're in third. It does have a pretty good tick to it. I may have to change that oil sooner than later. See a little sputtery. Stop sign, I'm still in fifth gear. Doing 22. Blow through this stop sign real quick. Down south. Fourth gear now. Cruise through this little intersection. Scared because it's a little squirrely up front, but not bad. Right now, it's moving along pretty good. Still sputtering a little bit, I mean, it's running alright. It's a carbureted bike, so they come with their own little finickiness. All right, man, I did pretty good. So my next step, I'm gonna throw these wheels on there. Them things are only 26s, but they're super big. These stocks should be what, 25s? It's 24s on the front, 25 on the back, but I'm gonna throw them big units on there. Them big meats. You gotta look good on there. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, got those wheels pulled off the brute force and put on the Honda. They fit. No rubbing. Rides a lot better, feels a little more safer. I hate having those odd size tires on there. Man, got this thing running, looking a lot better. Gonna put it on Marketplace and see what type of haggling I can do. Appreciate y'all checking in with me, man, and staying tuned. I'm gonna put these grips on. Might come back and throw those on here in a little while. I just brought it up front to get some pictures and ride it.